Hi brownies, it's Guider Courtney. For our next experiment, we are going to be mixing water and oil. As most of you probably know, oil and water do not mix, but that's what makes it fun. So we're going to try things out by dyeing water with food coloring, and then we're going to put it into the oil that I have here. I used canola oil with pipettes. So we'll start by sucking up some of our colorful water in the pipette, and then you're going to put little drops in, kind of one at a time. Oops. You want to try a different color?
Whoops. Okay.
If you don't have a pipette, a little spoon works really well, or even a little drop of water just on your fingertip.
That's dark. So you want to be careful with this one. Oops. This one's very bubbly. Oh, did you see that?
You can see that the water
What?
at first is staying on the surface
But
of our oil, but water is more dense than oil. And so eventually it starts to sink to the bottom.
Like I saw that, it literally just went.
All right, you want to try the yellowy orange?
Okay, I hope it doesn't get affected the color.
Well, it just might, but needs must. All right. Actually, that's very similar in color to the oil, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoopsies. It's like our abomination one because I accidentally dropped more than one drop of different colors. Whoops, I just shot one down with it.
So you can see a few of them rising or sinking to the bottom. All right.
The big one.
Whoa. That's a huge glob. So we're going to try another experiment involving oil and water called a volcano.
I wonder if I
so
can
we're
touch
going to give it a
that.
whirl and see if it works. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
If I just
Whoa.
see
What
if I
happens when you touch it?
they feel slimy and they just fall apart. They're duplicating themselves.
And are they sticking to your finger?
No,
No.
they're not that slimy. But my hands are slimy.
Oh, because of the oil, right?
Yeah.
Hi brownies, Guider Courtney. We're going to be working on a salt and oil volcano. So for this experiment you need salt. I'm going to use pickling salt because I have a bunch in my cupboard, and it's also coarse, which means it's a bit thicker, which I think is going to help this experiment. But table salt will also work really well. The other thing you need is canola oil. You need some water. And you need some food coloring. Food coloring is optional, so we're going to try this twice. We're going to do it one time on its own without any food coloring, and then we're going to add food coloring and see if it makes any difference at all in what we see. So we're going to get set up, and then we will start the experiment. All right, so to start this experiment, you're going to take 1 cup of water and you're going to pour it into an empty jar. Next thing you're going to do is take a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. It could be canola oil, could be olive oil. You're going to pour that in. And you are not going to mix. You're going to leave the oil. Now, you're going to notice something here. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing a layer.
A layer of?
Water, then oil.
And then oil. The oil is resting on top. All right, the next step is that you're going to take some salt. We have this coarse pickling salt here, and Teagan's going to take a good pinch of it in her fingers.
Like that?
Maybe more. Make sure your hands aren't wet when you do it. You're going to drop the salt in.
Happening.
Ah, voila. Okay. So we just have to add more
working.
salt.
Yeah.
All right. So then what you're supposed to see is that the oil holds on to the salt as it goes down. But because the oil is less dense than the water, it wants to go back up. And so what starts to happen is that it creates those blubs. So we can do it again and we can take a look, because as the salt goes down, it pulls the oil, and the oil's instinct is to go back up. Just like that. All right, let's try this again with food coloring, see if it makes a difference. All right, so we're gonna try this experiment once again. So we've put a drop of kind of a purpley food coloring in the bottom of the jar. Teagan's gonna pour a cup of water into the jar.
Ooh, it's purple.
It's very purple.
Nice
Oh,
purple.
I see you did not do a great job of rinsing it out. We can still see some oil already pooling on top. Okay, so we're gonna pour the oil in. Again, reminder not to mix. Oh, and this time you can really see the difference between the oil and the water because of the color. So we're gonna start by...
Cortney,
What's up?
I'm confused. So I can see the purple down here, then it's yellow, but at the top, it's purple.
It's purple when you look through it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's see if I can focus. Yeah, well, because the oil is pretty translucent, you could even say transparent, and it does have that tinge of yellow, but it does look pretty purple from the top. Okay, so let's try this experiment again. So dump in some of the salt, not all of it, but a chunk of it, a bunch of it. I don't know.
Whoops.
Oh.
Sorry.
So we can see.
It's not reacting.
Yeah, I saw it from the side.
Oh.
You have to watch it from the side. Okay, how about I dump it in this time? You look from the side and I'm gonna look at it from the top so everyone can see what it looks like. We can actually see some of the salt on the top as well. All right, ready?
Whoa. Now it's reacting.
And from the top we can see
I
those
can see
bubbles.
I can see bubbles too. It's like a mountain.
Yeah, well, I think the mountain is supposed to be the
Bubble.
volcano.
Oh.
All right, so that's our volcano experiment. Hopefully you have some of these supplies. I wonder what it would be like with table salt. Guider Courtney does not have a lot of table salt in her house right now. I'm waiting my PC Express order, so I'm not gonna get rid of my table salt. But I'm curious to see how your experiments work out if you have table salt at home instead of a coarse rock or pickling salt. All right, best of luck, brownies.